What's up, everybody? This is Paul. Listen, this is how we're going to handle this. Anybody that wants to come into my comment section and talk about my fucking teeth or my lack of teeth or the amount of weight I've gained over the past year, just know that you feel free. You got freedom of speech. You can say what you want. And one thing I'm going to tell you right out front is it doesn't bother me. So you're kind of wasting your time. So what I'm making this video about is, obviously you know that I have a long history with Eli. And now JB Gunner has put his feet back in the fucking water, so to speak. And truth being told, that's how I found out about Eli, was through JB. I watched JB's content when he was pretty much starting to leave the MGTOW community and starting with his political channel and the messaging that he brought along as far as his political channel and his views and stance on the world we live in today and conservatism versus liberalism, with his, which is basically, in my opinion, path. You're fucking crazy. Like, the left is. Let's just say that the Democratic Party isn't what your grandpa's Democratic Party it was. They're just fucking all crazy now. They have a crazy agenda. Anyway, that being said, to speak on JB's so-called racism or whatever, listen, it is not against the law to be racist. We live in America. You're allowed to have the views that you have, regardless if they're popular or unpopular. And we have this thing called freedom of speech. They're trying so hard to take away, but at this point we still have it. So JB is allowed to have his views. Do I agree with them? I do not. I don't consider myself a racist. I do consider myself a tribalist. And I think to an extent we all are. Just to get into it, black people tend to live in neighborhoods and feel more comfortable in living in a neighborhood with other black people. Same goes for whites, Indians, Muslims. It's just the way it is. Everybody's tribalistic, and if you say you're not, you're just fucking in denial. One thing I'll give JB credit for is he fucking comes out here every day and he don't hide who he is. He fucking stands on his fucking 10 toes that he's racist, and that's just what it is. He don't try to hide it. You gotta respect him for that, regardless if you don't respect his feelings, his emotions, or how he goes about it. You gotta at least respect that he stands on what he believes and he don't hide it. That being said, let's push that aside. Isn't it funny how Robert Reese, which is a black man, and JB, which is a known racist, they had the very beginning of that interview, they hashed it out, and they both spoke on how they felt about the whole race situation, and they were able to set that aside like grown men and talk about something that they agreed upon, which was Eli being a fucking weirdo. And let's not get it twisted, people. Eli's been doing this same song and dance for 6 years. You know what I mean? He wants to claim he hates JB so much, and JB's such a despicable person, when he was literally trying to basically suck him off. He wanted to do everything and anything he could do to work with JB. And to the point where they had, who would agree to have a show called The King and the Cuck? And you are the cuck, and you agree to that. That says it all right there. But don't get it fucking twisted. Eli wanted and begged to be part of JB's circle, and he was rejected. So therefore he's butthurt. So now all of a sudden, JB's a despicable piece of shit, and all the above. Well, guess what? Back then, JB was racist and didn't fucking claim he anything other than then. Eli didn't have a problem with it then, did he? Because he was trying to be up his asshole. And the same thing goes with Jamie. He fucking wants so bad to work with Jamie, and he gets fucking rejected on that end. So now Jamie's a piece of shit. He's a despicable person. And he's a womanizer. And he's this and he's that. And I'm going to stand on my moral high grounds and help all these women that Jamie has picked on. Please come to my channel. And some of these fucking weirdos do. Like Country Joe. And Amber. And, you know, GW. Let's go down the line. You know, they say they support Eli, but they're never in any of his chats. They never defend him because deep down inside, they don't fucking like the motherfucker either. The common denominator with all of these people, including myself, we got me, JB, Amber, Jamie, on and on, Country, all these people. The one common denominator we have is we all know Eli is a fucking joke of a fucking person. He is infected with fucking liberalism so deep that he don't even know who he is. I mean, he is delusional. You know, what is the classic saying of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? Well, he has been doing that for 6 years that I know of. And this motherfucker's got nowhere. He has how many subs? 7,000. Most of them are bought. You know, but regardless, you know, listen. I had a channel that I had a little over 1,200 real subs on. Inevitably, I lost that channel. It was originally called Addiction Affliction, and I changed it when I started trolling Eli. And inevitably, you know, he struck my channel down to the point where I lost it. And I've never, since that point, really tried to build a subscriber base, because it just really wasn't that important to me. But for a man that's been at this for 6 straight years, and he is fucking happy and thinks he's doing something when he got 50 people in the box, is fucking laughable. Like, your goal and your standards is, I'm making it rain, I got 50 people in the box. You're a fucking joke. With 7,000 subs and being at it for 6+ years, as soon as you click live in the first minute, you should have 100 people in your box immediately, motherfucker. And you don't. And you beg people. And you beg and beg and beg. But you never change your formula. You know what? You block everybody. There is no such thing as freedom of speech on your channel. And that's probably the biggest reason why you're losing at YouTube. Let alone you lose in life. Because, you know, this YouTube's just a small reflection of who you really are in life. You know, just like Dawn, your latest conquest, your girlfriend. You know, that you took on her addiction problems with alcohol, her medical problems, and you've made her content. And she was going to be your case study for your coaching business. Guess what, buddy? That ain't working, because we've literally watched this woman withered away to nothing in the last year. I mean, you know, and I'm not really trying to be mean or nasty, but this woman does not look healthy at all. All the weight I've gained, I've basically taken from Dawn, I guess, because if she weighs 100 pounds, she's doing big things. She looks sick. And this is your case study. This is what Coach Eli and his formula is going to get you. Take a look at Dawn, the person closest to him in his life. She is deteriorating in front of our eyes. Eli, you are not a coach. You are hurting this woman. And anybody that listens to you has got to be fucking nuts. Now, I come into the whole coaching community with, let's just say, chat. I personally think if you need a life coach, you're fucking a loser. You know, you should just be able to deal with things. If you can't get your shit together on your own, for your own reasons, and you need some third party to help you, in my opinion, you're just fucking weird to me. I mean, I understand seeing a therapist. I understand seeing a psychiatrist if you need it. I understand all that shit. But as far as a life coach, to me, a life coach, you're trying to teach someone how to live their life. That is like the most basic thing in the world, living your life. You're either good at it or you're not. One thing I know for sure is if you're not good at living your life, that motherfucker in Eli, he ain't gonna help you. If you listen to anything he says, your quality of life is gonna get worse. Point blank, period. Anyway, I just wanted to put my rant out there a little bit. And, you know, I may lose a few subscribers. Or not, well, I can't lose subscribers because I don't have any, because I just don't give a fuck. I may lose some support as far as people liking me because I refuse to hate JB Gunner because he's a racist. I don't give a fuck what he is. Me personally, I'm not a racist. I love everybody. I judge you by the content, your character. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what color you are. Are you a piece of shit? Or are you not a piece of shit? End of story. I've been on both ends. I've been a piece of shit. I consider myself a much better person. I've worked on myself. I've grown as an adult as I've aged. At 55 years old, do I believe and think the same way as I did when I was 20? No. And if I did, I'd be a fucking loser. Because that's called growth. If you're not willing to grow as a human being as you age, you might as well just fucking dig yourself a grave and jump in it now. Anyway, everybody have a beautiful, blessed day. And take what I said with a grain of salt, because I'm just another fucking whacked out human being, just like the rest of us. Just like all of you. The only difference between me and a lot of people is I really own who I am, and some people lie to themselves about who they are. Have a good day.